Good morning, everybody. It is a very chilly morning in Nashville. So the heater's a little high. But I wanted to say hi this morning, and I wanted to tell you a story. When I put on this black, you can see this black wool coat thing. When I put it on, so today's the last day of school, all right? And so I've been thinking about this little story. In high school, well, in middle school, but in high school, I was always in a lot of trouble. Not behavioral, like I wasn't like a wild rule-breaking kid. In fact, I was probably the most rule-following kid there was. I have like raging, galloping, wildfire level ADHD, and I'm not hyper, but man, I have the attention deficit part so much. I'm also very creative. I don't, do well with a lot of linear kind of subjects. That made it difficult in school, especially because we didn't even know about ADHD back then. So, basically I was always losing assignments. I was always missing assignments. I was always late on assignments. My grades were always bad. I was always behind and always in trouble at home. I shouldn't say always, but often in trouble at home because my grades were bad. And, and at school I was often in trouble there. I mean, trouble, I say trouble, but it wasn't like I was being, sent to the principal's office. But, there was always this kind of cloud hanging over me. And I remember one particular dismissal. I think I was probably a junior at the time. Maybe might have been a sophomore actually. And I don't remember the details of what it was, but I remember that something was hanging very heavily on my head. I was in trouble, and I felt like my life was falling apart. And I'm sure it was actually very small, but at the time, as a 15-year-old, it felt really like a huge deal. And I just felt like everything was bad in my life, and I felt isolated and alone as one can do. It was the last day of school right before the break. We called it Christmas break back then, winter break. And I remember walking out, and it was icy and snowy everywhere, and everyone was so happy. Like everyone was excited, kids are excited, and teachers were excited. And now that I'm a teacher, let me tell you, no one gets excited like the teachers when it's a break. The excitement of the kids is nothing. So I just remember standing there, getting on the very cold school bus because you couldn't drive yet, and just this heaviness, kind of feeling like my life was over. I don't know. My parents were going to find out that I had just failed an exam or something like that, or a major project I didn't hand in. But it felt very real to me, and I just felt like I was in the depths of despair and darkness, and of course isolation. And it was made worse by the fact that everyone around me was so happy, and I was just really kind of glum. I just remember at that time the teachers were all outside, kind of at dismissal. I'm not sure if they were chaperoning us or if they were just anxious to get to their cars, or maybe a little bit of both. But for whatever reason, I saw the French teacher, and I didn't actually take French, so I kind of knew her a little bit through various things, but I didn't know her well. But she was out there in this kind of black wool coat. She had a little sprig of holly or mistletoe or something on her, kind of like a little boutonniere kind of thing. She had gloves on, and anyway, she was just out there, and she was greeting everyone and so excited. And I remember, she was just like spreading the joy. And I remember just looking at her and thinking, wow, what would it be to be like that? Everything is perfect for her. I'm sure it wasn't, but to me it seemed that way. So then now fast forward, and now I'm heading into school on the last day. I will be outside at dismissal wearing my black coat and my gloves, and I will be happy, I'll be wishing everyone happy holidays and love, and I will be joyful. The contrast between what I felt then and what I feel now is pretty a big contrast. But I tell you this story for this reason. I have learned so many times like this, where these little full circle moments come in life, and what they always teach me, and what I want you to remember, is that things will get better. Be patient, give it time, but at some point, whatever you might be struggling with now, and whatever you might feel isolated on, if you keep going, if you give it your all, if you do the best you can and ask for grace and strength from God, from the universe, however you want to phrase that, if you try to lean on people, if you try to be kind, ultimately, I promise you'll have these full circle moments too, where you realize, wow, I'm happy. Like, things are good in my life right now. And that was the point, is that I went from misery to being happy and content. My life's not perfect, but it's good. And I have so much to be grateful for and so much to look forward to. So I wish you all, I'll try to keep posting a little bit, but since I'm going to be out on break, it may be sporadic. I've got lots of wonderful family time to attend to. So anyway, I sure love you all. I hope you have a wonderful, for those of you who celebrate, Merry Christmas. We have Hanukkah coming up. Happy Hanukkah. Solstice. I hope for those of you who do solstice, you find that to be a meaningful reflection of light in the world. Those of you who celebrate, I missed Diwali, sorry, I should have mentioned that a few months ago. I don't know if anyone celebrates Kwanzaa, if anyone celebrates Three Kings Day. There's just so many holidays coming up. I just wish you all the very best. Hey, last of all, sorry, this has gone on really long, and maybe you're not even watching anymore. That said, I have now just over 900 followers, which I'm so excited about. When I started this thing, I told myself I wasn't going to worry about followers, and I don't. I just hoped that maybe it would grow organically, and it has, just very slowly and organically. Every day, a few more followers. But now I'm just, I'd love to hit 1,000. That just seems really fun, really cool. So if you have ever found meaningful anything, if you can share, save, comment, all these things help the algorithm. If you can, recommend, forward, all those sorts of things. If you think anyone might be interested, I just think it'd be kind of fun to hit 1,000 by New Year's. So anyway, love you all. I wish you the best, and we'll talk to you soon. Love, your internet grandpa.